lesson 142. And today I've got for you is a picture of a place my daughter's bought on the south coast. This little place here, and it's for a Christmas card for them. So I've mashed out the roof and this, that, and the other, and there's a boat there, low tide, and a bit of snow down here, and we'll sort out this. There's my usual colours. You've seen them many times before. That's where it is. So I'll move that out of the way, and let's get painting, shall we? Right, I've got a number 20 brush in my hand, and this is just basically because it's handy. Bit of water on the sky. Touch of sunshine in there. Nice day. A winter day, but nice. Bit of blue sky above. Be careful on the sea by the rooftops there. So it's a number 20 this, but it's got a good point on it, so you can protect some area for me. A few clouds about. A little bit of weak alizarin crimson as I've put on there, and we'll have some down here. Spend a bit of time on the sky because it's a large part of your painting, isn't it? Sky's round down there. I'll dry some of that up just down there. A little bit of dark. This is the ultramarine and burnt umber, which gives me a little bit of dark in the top here. Just play about in your sky until you like it. That it's something like what you want. And then when it starts to look like you want it, stop. Don't fiddle. That'll do. That'll do. Now there's selection colours on these buildings here. So this one I think was, if I remember, was like a grey colour. So we need to do something of that type of colour. Well, it's like a brownie colour, brownie grey. See what we've got. So do a bit of a test on that. That's not bad. and this building down here. Mind the windows. Behind me. Overlooking the sea and the estuary and that, and it's fantastic. It really is. So that's got that bit done. And then this one's got a creamy colour. There's this creamy. So I think we'll have a creamy, so some of that raw sienna, pale, very pale raw sienna. And we'll see how we go with this. That sets in just here. The roof down here. Bottom parts that colour as well, and the windows are like pale stones in there, but the large windows on that it's looking out to sea, of course. A bit down there, a bit down there, and some down here. The rest is window pane, which is quite big. I'll leave that for a while. Now they're moving across. Oh, I've got this little one to do here. I want to do that one. The roof has got snow on, of course. So I'll paint that as a sort of a burnt sienna colour. Not too strong, but just a pale burnt sienna colour. Because it's a card for my daughter. I don't want it to be to highlight any of these buildings here, because they support artists, if you like. Their main place is black, of course. I didn't know it like it's a bit black, which tends to make it a bit prominent. We'll see how we go. This is chimney pot. We better put a chimney pot in there. Right, the next bit, I was working my way across. This is what I've got to concentrate a bit, because it's a black board, a board in black. It's not all the way of saying it's blackboard. I'll try and put a bit of colour into it. And back to this board. Mind the windows. The garage below is there. I'm not talking much because I'm concentrating. There's a bank in front, just here, to stop the water coming into the where the buildings are. So that'll be a rug edge there, see? Stone of the roof there. I think it's time we started putting some of them bushes in. One or two bushes behind there. Let's put some cadmium yellow. And some Windsor blue red shade. Will give you a nice greeny colour. Some of the background ones are a bit, they're not as strong in value because they're starting further back. So I'm going to mix that, do some cadmium yellow and a bit of ultramarine blue. Might give me a paler version of that. A bit more bluey than that. That should do, yeah. Rough bank down the bottom, it's the bank in front of it. There's a bit of a grassy portion just here. There's a bush further back there. I've put a bit of alizarin crimson into that now just to push this tree behind that one. I should have spotted it first really, but I didn't. I'll put another little one of them down here as well. Artistic license this is called. And there's one across there as well, which is close, so a stronger green. A bit dark at the bottom, so we'll put a bit of that dark blue colour at the top. That'll darken that corner, won't it? I'll darken this a little bit as well. Now I'll put this bush in just here. This is close to the house. I want that to be a bit stronger, this bush. So we're varying the depth. So I want this one to come in front of those two there. So I'll leave it run because it's snow covered in the foreground as well. And that'll do. Now I'll tackle some of the. Oh, I'll tackle this boat first, I think, before I do any snow around there. The boat, it's an old boat, but I might modernise it a little bit, for artistic license. So let's get a boat in there. Or some burnt sienna in there. And it's sat in a little bit of snow there, so don't be too careful with the base of it. Darken some of this boat around the front here. I think we'll have the sun coming from, let's see now, from the left, I think, yeah, from the left. So that'll darken the front of this boat, won't it? It's an old boat actually, it's been there years apparently, but I'll give it a coat of paint just to tidy it up a bit. I don't want to do it too busy. It's just a boat, you know it's a boat, because it looks like the shape of a boat. Now then, on this this bank here is a sort of a, well, it's like a grassy bank, but I want to put it into a sort of a pale green to start with, because it's like winter grass and that, and it comes down here like that. It'll have snow on top of it. This is snow covered around here, but there's water here. So I'll put the water in, that'll give us some idea. It's sitting, the boat is sitting in just at low tide. So we'll get water on this piece here. And let's see what we get from there, shall we? So we'll pop that in now, and so what's in the sky is in the water as well, isn't it? So we'll better pop that in. I'll use a bigger brush for this, that's how we all do with that thing. This is number 10 I'm using, just to give us some of that. Let's put some of this water in here, they've got some of the reflections as well. That's the raw sienna there. There's some blue in there. some of that darker blue, won't we? That's in the sky as well, isn't it? Right, that's snow covered. That, so we've got a sort of. Right, I think well, water in there. There might be a reflection of this boat in here. You know, there's sort of a suggestion that it's there, but it's in the water. But about there, I think. Darks into that. Pull that water across that. Soften it into that water. Right, I'm going to say let's have a look at some of these windows. I think there's several windows here. We'll pop one or two in and see what we've got. I use the French Ultra to start with. So how we go. I can rest on there now because I've tried it. I thought a little fine brush there just to. So it looks too nice. That's hope. See a bit of dark in there. Well, these are quite big windows, these, so that I'll flat them out in ultramarine to start with. And my blooming phone, it never stops. Sorry about that, folks. And there's reflections and stuff like that in these windows, which I'll try and put some down that side there. There'll be quite a dark in there. Don't know what's going up in there, but it's not just pure white or pure blue. Some of it's darker than others. Right, let's move along a bit. This house is just the same. It's you don't get a bit pale. See if I can put that straight back in there. I wonder if I can. I might put it in white that later. Right, we'll see what we've got now. See if I can just suggest a bit more bits and pieces in here. Well, use me. The masking fluid has got to come up. I'm stuck in here. Use my finger. Oh, it is tight like that. That's where I've got this masking fluid from, but it's a bit sticky. Very sticky. Right, let's tackle this snow, shall we? I've taken up all the masking fluid that was on the roofs and that, and some on top of there in the boat, and I'll start with this side and then work my way across. This roof has got the light is coming from the left, isn't it? So this roof, it's going to have a sort of a sign of shadow on the underside of that. That's going to have a shadow on there. And this building, that building is going to be in shade on this side. Away from the sun. The light's from there, so we're going to get into sort of probably a shadow on the chimney pot there, and it's also going to cast a shadow on the roof, isn't it? We're going to get a shadow on the underside of this snow on there, and perhaps a touch on the underside of that windowsill there, and some under that windowsill there. The end of that building there is in shade, so we're going to pop some of that in, aren't we? Be careful here. Mind the snow. Mind the snow on top there. Don't lose the white. The snow on top of that one, of course. And that's going to have a bit of a touch of a hanging of snow underneath there, and underneath that one as well. That's doing shades as well, snow. a touch of sunlight on that snow there. Let's go across here. This end face here will be in shadow, won't it? I better pop that in. Some shadow in there. Bit of interest in there. We don't know what's in there, but something's happening. That's a flat end, so there'll be no shadow there at all. But there will be a shadow cast by this building on here, won't there? Also down here. Bit of snow on the shadow under the windowsills there. Just a touch. Under that one there. That one there. And on the top there. You get some on the top there. We'll get a shadow under the overhang of the snow here. So far so good. Right. That's we're going to get a bit of sort of reflected light from this sky onto this snow here. It's too bright, so we'll pick up some of these colours. The raw sienna is in the sky, isn't it? So we'll pick up some of that raw sienna colours. It's catching the sun, and there's a little bit of sun on this. Sun on that one. Get some sun on this, perhaps on this thing here. Some sunlight on the flat snow just here. We're going to get some pink in there, aren't we? The pink stuff. So let's see if there's a touch of clean pink. Clean. That'd be clean pink. And weak pink. It's not going to be too strong. It's got to be hardly noticeable. So we're going to get a pink in here, aren't we? Get some of the blue on there as well. This is going to have some shadow under here, isn't it? Not that strong. Bit weaker than that. And this bush that's here. As the sun's come from there, it's going to catch. No matter how much snow's overhanging there, it's going to create a shadow all around there. That's the garage, mind that. There's a nice pub down here, I'll tell you. Ooh. Within staggering distance it is. It's a lovely pub. Get a meal there as well. Now at the bottom, you always get a bit of brown, a bit of muck and stuff like that, don't you? So I think we've got to put that in our near the water's edges. We'll probably get a bit of that stuff. It's low tide, so you're going to get some stuff like this in it as well. Let's get a bit of. On top of that, there's snow resting on the top of that boat, but I'm not showing it very well because it's just same as the background. So I'll try and put a bit of blue on the underside where it's going to be in shade, isn't it? A bit better. Now that's too nice, that green there, so we're going to put something at the base of that to take the niceness off. And you're going to get some stalky stuff up here. You get some. Get a few little tree bits on there. Some sticky up bits, you know, like this sort of stuff. By the water's edge. Grasses, or grasses if you come from the south. That boat has been there for years, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it has. So it's a fixture. It don't move anywhere. It's you probably get a touch of where this is. You get some darks here where the light catching it. Because you do little bits of that, it casts a shadow as well. So don't forget that. Some shadows down here. Now there's no figures about on this one, so I'll leave it at that because it's too snowy. It's causing problems. This weather forecast now. Put a bit of dark in there. I'm starting to feel now, but I'll have to stop it. Just put a bit of cloud shadow just in this corner here, I think. Clean water on there. A bit of dark in there. Stop. I'm starting to fiddle. It's like Nero fiddling while it's burning. Wrong burns. So I'll just close that down a bit if I can. Well, that's it for today, folks. It's an unusual picture because I don't usually do anything like that. But it's a picture of my daughter's house that she bought down at on the south coast. It's nice. It overlooks the estuary, it overlooks the harbour, and that. It's gorgeous. You can sit by these little windows here and spend the day just gazing at what's happening. There's egrets, there's avocets, there's oyster catchers, there's all sorts of birds around there. It's lovely. It really is lovely. But anyway, we've enjoyed that one. It's a bit different, but do have a go at it and see how you go on. And I'll see you on the next one. So until then, folks, it's goodbye. And don't forget to subscribe, will you? And do subscribe because I want you to like it and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now, folks. Bye bye.